When you did out there a mimic. When you did out there a mimic Mark Goldingbow. Sicky? Sicky? Sick, bad, sicky? See you turn security guard in at the ministry now. Through schooling. Ask yourself, don't you regret giving Andrew Holness, leader of the Jamaica Labour Party?
Time out!
Oh, Sharry out!
Time out!
We're coming through. We're coming through. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Where he come from? Anywhere he come from. If a Jamaica, if a Clarendon, if a St. Thomas he come from, St. Mary, send it back, send it back. We don't want to hear ya. Come out of Jamaica, leave we Highland, leave Jamaica, leave Jamaica. We say leave Jamaica. We are going to go Jamaica.
I'm not sorry, no, me not sorry. Me listen to PDTV show.
Put up PDTV there.
So many things I did not know until I tuned in on this show. I'm not sorry,
Oh, yes.
no, me not sorry.
Oh, yes.
No, me not sorry at all.
No, you have to sing it. Wait. Let's begin with the figures. I want you all to see the figures tonight. According to the Planning Institute of Jamaica, 26 people were identified as victims of human trafficking in 2025. 25 of them were women. 20 were victims of sexual exploitation. You hear that? Authorities launched 79 trafficking investigations, but just 9 alleged traffickers were arrested and charged. Want to hear that? I don't think you all hear that tonight. I don't think Jamaicans heard that tonight. Are you aware? Are you aware that human trafficking is on the rise in Jamaica? Now you understand why you cannot find some of the women and girls that go missing. You hear there? 79 cases are being investigated. 79 cases are being investigated. That's no normal amount. It is a phenomena. It's a phenomena. And it is a reality that your sisters, your daughters, your wives are being trafficked. But it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse when the 10,000 despicable reach on your island. It is going to get worse because the 10,000 despicable will be on the island. And you know the funny part of it? A lot of who is being trafficked are you aware of what is? I don't think some of you are aware. You have some of these uptown mansions. They are brothels and they are sex shops holding little girls, holding some women. And anytime you go to these places, You know what happens in them? I don't think some of you know what happens in them. In them, Jamaica, you find little girls, teenagers. And the man looks and says to the house lady, I want that one today. And he will say, I want to have sex with that one raw. I want that virgin. And that little child, it's not only little girls, little boys are also into these spaces. So often you wonder where the little girls and the little boys are being trapped and escaped to. And you know this funny part? You know who are the facilitators of these things? It's a syndicate where police are involved. Soldiers are involved. High-level security details are involved. Politicians and big men and hotel owners. It's a syndicate. It's an underground operation. And if you are not aware, human trafficking is a bigger money than drug trafficking. And sometimes you wonder why the government don't want to release the sex offenders registry. The sex offenders registry can't be released because too many of these big men in society are on it. So trafficking. A lot of people, you know, all we need to some taxi man. Some taxi man involved. Transport operators. Just take up that one here. Them see the little pitney and straight on road and say, oh, perfect catch. Perfect catch. And you ever wonder why some people can never be caught up with the law? Because they are a law unto themselves because of what they are involved in. What they are involved in. Pastors are involved in it too. So people are saying, really, teacher? Even politicians. A lot of these politicians. I remember some years ago, I was on campus and a student came to me in confidence. And he said to me, Andre, can I talk to you? Because he know me active in the politics. He needed somebody to talk to. And I said to you, what's happening, bro? He said, and this was recent. Remember when I came out and I talked about how a politician attempted to do a few things to me years ago? And the person said, Andre, I saw how you came out and spoke. Can I speak to you in confidence? And I said, sure. He said, you see, when you talk your truth, you have given me courage to talk to somebody in confidence. And then he took out the HIV kit and he said, Andre, I'm HIV positive. And I said, oh, what happened? He confided in me, Jamaica, that a syndicate of politicians and their friends carried him in a house in the Ligoni area, drugged him, and they all manipulated him. Drugged him, Jamaica, and manipulated him. And then he said, Andre, These are the persons who did it. And I said, what? I said, really? And then I started to do some serious investigation. I started to do some investigation in this particular circle. And I realize it's the norm for them to take up the boys and the girls, take them out of the political rallies, invite them to their homes, talking about, let us go and drink up there, so. And the drinks turn into orgies and sex and all manner of evil. Sometimes, Jamaica, you see some people, I'm a lash out on them and people say, why the teacher don't like them one day? Why the teacher? There is a reason. And everything good for talk. Good for eat. Good for talk. But in the right time, Jamaica, in the right time, the Lord will put me in a position where all of them who have done wrong to these children will be named and shamed. Voice notes. I don't know who is Mark Goling's communications and political strategist. But I'm going to say to you all, Jamaica, what Golding has done has legitimized the voice notes for the what? Nationwide on all of them. Nationwide and all of them to give credence and carry the conversation into week 2 about the voice notes. I, Jamaica, will say this to you. I want you to put up Mr. Golding's picture for me, police producer. I don't know who is advising Sir Golding. And I believe, Jamaica, it was a poor political decision. Here's why I believe it is poor. When Jamaica, listen to me and listen to me well, when the voice notes within the Jamaica Labour Party started to circulate, did you hear the Prime Minister, the GenSec, or the chairman of the JLP come out and give the voice note any acknowledgement? And those voice notes were damning because there were serious allegations of corruption on Donovan Williams' name. Do you see where I'm getting at, Jamaica? Comrades, if you understand what I'm talking about. When the voice note of Rosie and when the voice note of Donovan came out, did the Jamaica Labour Party acknowledge it? They never did it. They made the conversation over the voice note die a natural death. Now, similarly, a conversation started on NNN. What Golding did today is legitimize NNN for NNN now to use this week. Tomorrow morning, you will hear George Davis calling to say that those members of the PNP who were heard in the voice note, they are now calling for Golding to remove them from the party. Sir Golding, there are chess moves and there are chess moves. There are some things that as a political leader you should never give. You should never give acknowledgement. And if it is to be acknowledged, you should not be the one to acknowledge them. You are the leader of the party. I say that to say, Jamaica. I say that to say, Jamaica. Today, was the very perfect opportune day for Golding to signal to the PNP. For Golding to signal to the PNP that he needs Leroy Henry, go thy way and sin no more. There's one thing you must know about me, Leroy Henry. I will speak truth to power, cost it what it will. So if you have an issue with my commentary, Leroy Henry, you can respectfully leave. Now, today was a perfect opportunity for Sir Golding to set the signal for the news. The signal for the news this week. So because I want a seat, I should not be able. I say something, not found a compromise, Not found and not go able to talk truth, One thing everybody know about me, that I am going to speak truth. And some of you, because you're PNP, you're so blind that you cannot understand what I'm saying. I am not condemning Sir Golding. I am honestly saying tonight, it was a poor political strategy. Sir Golding should use the opportunity today to signal to the Jamaican people. He needs to know more about the Support Jamaica website and why the Support Jamaica website had those irregularities. I can chat too much sometimes, and I will continue chatting, and some of you will not appreciate because you're blind PNP. I'm not a blind PNP. I'm going to talk truth to power. And if you see what is happening in Jamaica, you know what is happening. Today is the time for Golding to set the agenda for the country as the leader of the opposition. Today, Sir Golding should be saying, we want to know why dissent was used. We want to know why the Support Jamaica website had. Because here is why, Jamaica. If Golding had done that, that would have made the news. What is going to make the news tomorrow morning? Golding distance himself from the voice note rather than Golding focusing on the substantive issues. The substantive issues. So what do you think Nationwide going to talk about? Nationwide want the Support Jamaica issue come out of the media, Nationwide want the Support Jamaica issue come out of the media, So what do you think? Nationwide tomorrow morning, I go run with what? Nationwide, I go run with what, Jamaica? Or Golding talk about? So the Support Jamaica website issue is now going to do what? Feared unnatural death when the members of the diaspora need to know about their money. You have to know political chess game. You have to understand political chess game. If you are listening to me tonight, comrades, and if you're listening to me, Jamaica, when you have an opportune time to keep the news relevant, the voice note is trivial. The voice note is trivial. What is important is how the Jamaican people and the diasporan's money cannot be accessed. How the diasporan's money cannot be accessed. Stop walking into debates, PNP. Stop thinking that you have to comment on every issue, PNP. It is you as a political party that sets the narrative of what you want to speak about. There are controversies surrounding the Support Jamaica. Many controversies. One, the government told the public to donate to what? Support Jamaica.gov.jm. It was presented as what? An official government website. Jamaicans and partners at home and abroad donated generously to help hurricane victims. Later, the CEO of what? ODPEM marked and revealed that the government does not, put it up back there, the government does not have access to the website or the donations. The website was developed and operated by a private entity outside of Jamaica, the Amber Group. Are you aware that the Amber Group said that this website that they created was a gift to the people of Jamaica? They said the website that was created, Camille, on so fool. Nobody's saying that Golding must be silent. It's what Golding should have spoken about that would make the news tonight. If you look, you would have identified that the Support Jamaica website was said to be a gift to the Jamaican people by the Amber Group. So anybody want to call me the talk? The prefab homes, to be exact. And if I recall, out of that amount he already carried in, we were told that several of them would have been free from the Chinese government, etc. How then are we now being told that one of the homes cost $2.5 million? And I am saying to the Jamaican people today, Ed Boy, you called me. Yes, Ed Boy, talk to me.
Good day, Professor.
Hey.
I greet you well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know them other song that came from Moby that I love.
The scammer
so
them
the people
there.
Have sent them. The scammer them there.
Big money popping.
Big money popping when me roll up. Big money popping when me roll up. Mm-hmm. Call me Uncle Oberman, nephew for me.
Bobby man to Q. Mm-hmm.
Call nobody name, man. Lord, oh.
Mm-hmm. But them are be a worker, so we have to make Jamaica know them are be a worker. Mm-hmm.
You know, sir, are the Obe worker in charge of this?
Hey, me and you know, in a year, me ask you last night, say, I want Dev Bobby, I got to do the same thing. When do?
You want me to use card?
Yeah, tell me, Edward, whisper and tell me.
I go and whisper.
Yes.
Ask me Uncle Oberman nephew. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If who supplied him the containers? Which Chinese company he went? Which Chinese businessman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm ready for you now, you know.
Mm-hmm. Bobby,
the gloves are off today.
Yes.
For your old thief.
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Bobby got 200 of the containers as a gift from the government of China.
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
200 of them. Plus, there was an additional 100 and something that came from the Red Cross.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You forget that? In total, the government received 400 of those containers without paying. So 400 of them did without payment.
Yes.
Chopper Bobby.
Yes.
Chopper Bobby. Because some I call him now. Chopper Bobby. You think you're going to chop this like how you used to chop the car them in a St. Mary and give a young girl them for swap. You used to swap car for something. I won't say what it is, you know. You must know.
Him swap car for Punani.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
Where said when swap car for Punani?
Ask him. Mm-hmm. Ask him if him never did give one girl. You know what? Run a one part where she did have the car.
Mm-hmm.
Ask him.
Mm-hmm.
if he never give one
Yes.
to the sweetheart of bro God.
Hey, what you say?
Stress out the poor man. The poor man when they get the contract every minute in my ball. What make you think they all know they can't do him nothing because he walk me mouth and tell how much of the ministers gave their sweetheart the use car them.
No, Ed boy.
So it wasn't
Where you say, Bobby swap the car for the punani. So a sweet sticks.
I know him alone. I know him alone.
No!
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica.
Yeah.
Remember, you know, that if you go have a conversation, and I wish the gentleman would come out and speak. That's why they went to mediation with him and you know hear nothing more. Because when he went to meet with them, he said, remember they tell me to give your girl one, you know, speaking to bro God. He said, remember you called me and tell me, say, my sweetheart one.
So which one of the sweetheart head boy? Was it the road to Damascus?
It's not. No, it's not the road to Damascus.
So which one?
Let me tell you something, you know. What make you think them call him Donkey Man? Yeah?
Donkey Man? Who get the name Donkey Man?
No, Donkey Man?
How would he get the name Donkey Man?
You know, grow up country. So when they hear the donkey go brrr, brrr, that means
Roman Razor!
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the part.
We see them do the Roman racing activities.
you remember when the girl I sent him a see man say big. Big back. I don't want to say the word she used on your program. You remember when she said, and he started to laugh.
Oh Lord, yes.
So him like them fine, you know.
Like them fine.
I could tell you.
Yes.
One of them get it. Wheatley, did you give one to your sweetheart when she never had a vehicle after she come back from America?
What you just said, boy?
Did he give any of those vehicles to his sweetheart until she was able to get a vehicle for herself? I didn't call nobody out of St. Thomas. I did not say the person out in St. Thomas.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out.
From in Westmoreland?
What you say, Ed boy, talk about that again?
One. Who in charge of the transportation?
Yes.
Who's in charge of the transportation? Because I can assure you that the transportation companies from Western St. Mary.
Oh Lord.
Me exposing them today now. Bobby, the gloves off. The gloves is off. Uno two thief. And what they're doing with this teacher, they're using the hurricane support. Remember, you know, and this is the point where I'm going to go on. Then don't thief the 15% in GCT because all Lasco have paid GCT to government when the money is for government. That makes sense to you?
God, yes.
You know, it's $229 million Lasco claim to have taken out in taxes. Out of the hurricane support. But here, if you know the Ministry of Finance very well, if you are bringing in things on behalf of the government, money, anything,
yes.
Why didn't they apply for a waiver?
Because if you are bringing so much container, Mr. Bruce Holding mouth start bust up. When I fix Bruce Holding tonight, me say, Papa, Uncle Bruce, me have a whole heap of questions to ask you tonight. And when I come to class, I hope you're ready, Uncle Bruce. I think I need to bring Bruce Holding in front of the class. Because he might be about he might go on like say at the US are the enemy. Bruce Golding, you know, not go draw me up, you know, because now
you have to understand. Listen to me, me go and talk, I'm not afraid.
Me must say Bruce Golding about the US because at the US take him out of power, you know. Remember, if you didn't work, tell them.
Where did the minister who was alleged to have signed it? Ask her who for yard she used to live before she becomes so powerful. I go and leave
Uncle Bruce! Did you do your work today, Jamaica? I sent you to do a homework. I sent you to do a homework today about who is the Amber CEO. The Amber CEO came here as a yoga instructor. He came here, Jamaica, as a yoga instructor. 2011, he came to Jamaica. When he came to Jamaica, what did he accomplish? Then, one of his first contracts he got, many of you don't remember this, you know. One of the first contracts he got, you remember the COVID website? Courtney, you remember the COVID website? Yeah. Where you heard that the Jamaican people's informations were breached? And the Jamaican people's information were all over the internet. It was the Amber Group. Forward, the Amber Group came and further developed the Amber Academy. This was a partnership with the Ministry of Education when Holness was Prime Minister in 2016, where they say they were developing students into doing coding. I remember it's not fun or know this, you know. Me I said, so I'm go and look out for when he came to Jamaica. Then after he came to Jamaica, he returned, set up the Amber Group. Then he started the Amber Academy. After the Amber Academy, before the Amber Academy, he did the COVID, Courtney, you see the logistics of me are showing in Jamaica. The Amber Academy. After he did the Amber Academy, Courtney, he created Amber Pay. After Amber Pay, he started to develop different aspects of the Amber Group. The same Amber Group was a part of a delegation that left Courtney, Jamaica, to go to India. Who you remember who was a part of that delegation, Courtney? I bet you don't remember. Andrew went. Kamina went. Chris Gale. You remember when Chris Gale did go to India? You don't remember when Chris Gale go to India? Holness carried Chris Gale with this one, yeah? Kamina. Plus the others of them. And they carried Chris Gale because Chris Gale is a big phenomenon in India. Idol. He's an idol. The people of India love Chris Gale. So Chris Gale was the Trojan horse. See, thank you, producer. You're working with me. I know I'm working overtime, but you're working. After all of this, then came Siri. You see this one? The Amber CEO carried back with them. Hey. I wonder if you remember me teaching you something today. Producer, me I send you one picture. If you go no context. You remember when Siri come, Courtney and them did say, one man I go meet with a whole heap of financial leaders and political leaders in Jamaica. Him a go do one peace awakening with them. Must see the Pegasus. You remember now? Who remember now, Jamaica? The man come and them say them a go do one spiritual something, Courtney, where them a go reflect on this and that and reality. After Siri came, see there? You realize no Camina was in the picture. No Dana was in the picture. It was a set of Indians all surround Andrew Holness. You know, see the rat trap now, Courtney? Oh, see the rat trap now. The man in the white come meet with Holness. After the man with the white meet with Holness students, hey, you see them now. Wanna see, Lord God. Wanna see where they go on now, Jamaica. Then came Hurricane Melissa. After Hurricane Melissa, Amber said to no say, hey, watch Siri, watch the sant with him leader, the guru. Hey, Courtney, you know see the rat trap. You know see the what trap. After this, Amber say, they are giving Jamaica the website for free. This is the gift from Amber Group to the Jamaican people. Miss Fia called me. Me have to take Miss Fia call because she know the uptown mix up. Hold on there, Jamaica. Hold on there, no man. Yes, Miss Fia.
2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I called you on midday program.
Mm-hmm.
I said to you, I deliberately make sure I start the program early tonight, watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I said to you, young man,
Mm-hmm.
was the read up man,
Mm-hmm.
the cream soda and the candle man,
Mm-hmm.
days gone by. Who is now the read up and candle and cream soda equivalent of today? Said to me, I wonder if it's a man from Mandeville. I said, young man, go and research. Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Notice this, it's called the art of living. It
Yeah.
never said the art of meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Notice what it is, the art of living, LIVNG.
Yes.
In 2019, when I had a problem, I went and I did a course with this group. Listen
Yes.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to this place as a meditation yoga to help me with my situation and make sure that it keep me from getting dementia. I also had in contact with people in the Caribbean who are part of the bureaucracy.
Yes.
Friend of mine called me from New York and said to me, do me a favor. We're not going to tell everything publicly. I just did some research on this organization that you're blurring about. Find some professional yoga instructor where you live. Do not get involved in this organization. It is not what it is. And she told me something.
Mighty God.
When the man in the long white frock, when this man that I call the washerman, that's what I call him, the man with the long clip. You know what I mean by the washerman?
Yes, the one we flip
The money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. When the man in the long white clothes came, my associates from the Art of Living said that they were going to have meetings in Kingston and you know where. But I tell too much detail, although me know people know my voice, right?
Yes.
And I was told not to go, and I was told do not continue participating.
The art of living, yes.
Listen to me. I tell you the other day, and you're not listening to me. I said there's a spell over Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
before you announce about the candle vigil, make sure when you go over there on the 30th, make them throw a cream soda upon you.
No, me and that serious spiritual coverage, Mama Faye. Mm-hmm.
Okay? Young man,
Yes.
we are in serious trouble.
Thank you, Miss Faye.
We have a spiritual warfare that is in this country, and all on uptown people, educated people, when losing their head. Uno, a sorry for uno. Sorry for all of you. The only thing I can tell you now, put back the Bible on the right hand and keep the Bible on the left and the devil.
Yes, Miss
The
Faye.
retribution and karma.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, be careful of what you're doing to this country. Okay? I am issuing, remember, I told him next life I want to be a read-up woman and an FBI agent.
No,
I want to be like
me just want to be the FBI.
boy
want to be the
and my girl.
Mm-hmm.
I want Ed boy and my girl that call all the time.
Michelle. Mm-hmm.
Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Andre,
yes.
you better pray for Jamaica. You hear me tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Is one of the most dangerous things based on what I know. You hear what I say? I said I started to affiliate with the organization. I'm no longer. Okay? Make the man stay there, the money gone, the money going go, and this is going to be worse than SSL. Yes. Have a wonderful night. May the Lord continue to bless you.
Well, you say it go worse than SSL, Mama Faye?
No all-in, no cash flows. A sorry for no.
Hi, can't Miss Faye later. Can't say never.
Can't say me never want no.
Can't say never tell you no. Well, Ball out! All right, Mama Faye, all right. No, sir. Yes, Michelle, good night.
So, good night. Everything Miss Faye has said. Listen, I told you, Andre, when I went and did my research on this Art of Living Foundation,
yes.
and when you read some of the comments and complaints online to one point where a lady went to her senator, and the senator told her he cannot touch it. You understand me? It's some this same Siri. He's a master at mind reading. All right. This is what this is all about. And not mind reading, mind manipulation, controlling using the mind to control people. And this is what he has taught to Savadia. And I have no doubt that they have also taught it to Andrew Holness. This Art of Living Foundation, you hear Jamaican people always talk about large, and we always talk about Obia. This is bigger than that. You hear me tell you? It's some serious, and the things that they are involving. I tell you, when you read some of the complaints online, complaints that volunteers who volunteered said they had to leave because they felt like they were they started to remember Jim Brown, Jim Jones, and the whole Guyana thing. And this was becoming, yes, this is why I tell you, Andre, go and read and understand what is taking place. There's a lot of people who refer to them as a cult. And when you understand what they are dealing with, it is a cult. And I said to you today, I'm going to say to you again, Savadia is not the person behind it. He's just the front man. The person behind it is this guru. He is dangerous. And when I learned that he was trying to do land grabbing in Bangalore or whatever it called, it is speaking volumes about what is going on. It is not a group to be played with. And it hurt me and it makes me angry. And let me just say this real quick because I know you have your show. For the people who saying, Andre should have talked to Mark in public, absolute rubbish. You all need to understand that as much as Andrew Holness is a servant of the people, so is Mark Golding. And Andre has every right to come out out and say he's dissatisfied with certain things, it doesn't mean that he hates Mark Golding. It doesn't make him any less of a PMP. Mark is not above scrutiny. Nobody in the PMP is above scrutiny. And that is what a lot of you need to understand. We all say one Mark G, yes, but at the end of the day, Jamaica should come first. And we can't sit down as we are criticize Andrew Holness and the labor right, and then you don't want Andre to remain silent, and at the same time ima lick out on the journalists them who not do them job. If Andre remains silent and does not speak it as it is, he would be a hypocrite, and he's not a hypocrite. You no need to stop it. When you hear him come and say certain things, you all need to understand how politics work and understand where he's coming from. He's talking to Mark same way a parent would try to speak to a child when a child has done wrong. Mark Golding is not above criticism. Nobody is. I no need to stop it and make Andre feel like him is being a traitor against the PMP and all these foolishness. We no need to stop it. Jamaica comes first. And like me say, Andre, this man, this Siri is a dangerous man. You hear what I'm telling you?
Thank
When
you.
you get your time, because the information is a lot, when you get time, go sit down on your computer and nobody feels and nobody can sue you because the information is on the internet for people to see.
All right,
Bless up
Michelle.
yourself. Keep up your good work.
All right, bless you. Hello, Ed boy. Is where they come with today.
Now, baby, myself today, you know. Yeah? But I can't miss the chance to deal with this old piece of fat named Vegas. Yeah?
Really? You come for him too?
Yeah, man. Now Vegas is a disgusting person, and I trying to locate the video that you put out because there's him and some others on TikTok who just attack people. Yeah, and
Yes.
threatening people, going in people's inbox and physically threatening to do things to their children. This is Clifford. Remember, say you want me used to out a whole about swim together, you know.
What you say?
Yeah. Him a want me did out a whole about swim the two.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
So you said the two Clifford there all about swing.
Yes, and they say one is top and one is bottom. I don't know what that means.
What can go so?
And one is side. I don't know what that means.
Where the head boy? You say one is what, and one is what?
One is top, one is bottom, and one is side. Yeah?
Ball out!
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Could understand what we're saying. One live up the street, one live down the street. Yeah?
How will the one do?
So, and the other one the sideway the street.
Oh,
yeah?
Lord. So which one at the top and which one at the...
You go figure. Go figure. But Vegas, you should not attack anybody.
Yes.
Because your life is, as I say, it's no open secret. Everybody know who you are. It's people who don't know. It's people who don't know. But as you played the song last night, he must sing that he's coming out of the closet, man. Come out the closet. If you are that, be proud of who you are.
Boy, Ed boy, go on, no man.
I tell you, no, I am really upset with what they're doing to people and trying to gaslight people. You ever see a man take off a jacket and put on a next man yet?
No, what happened?
You remember when the Prime Minister did have the meeting and remember Juliet Holness did cold, because the place did cold, and then take off the 1 p.m. jacket and put it on Vegas. PM, why did you do that? Is Vegas your side friend? I go and leave you.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Courtney and Jamaica. From 2017, Holness went into the cyberspace, went to Israel, and had these arrangements. Now you understand, and I'm going to question. Is there a reason why members of the Fourth Estate cannot talk? Is there a reason why members of the judiciary cannot talk? Is there a reason, Courtney, why members of civil society are mum and done? Are they being spied on? Are they being watched, Jamaica? Are they being spied on, Jamaica? And are they being watched? And is the government using this? You know, when I listen to the Wired video, it says that the Prime Minister of India, there are significant allegations, Courtney, that he has used it to suppress the opposition. Are we seeing a similar style in Jamaica, where the Prime Minister of Jamaica is making attempts to silence the opposition? Cliff Hughes, I'm going to ask you some questions tonight. I hear that you are bitter to Revo Media. I hear that you have become very bitter towards DeSant. There are two sides to the story that I've gathered, Jamaica, and I'm going to give it to you tonight. Cliff Hughes, what did DeSant promise you that he has not fulfilled? What did DeSant promise you that he has not fulfilled? Cliff Hughes, did DeSant promise you a modern day studio? Courtney, I just want to ask the questions tonight. A modern state-of-the-art studio. Did DeSant promise you a state-of-the-art studio? But there were terms and conditions for you to get that studio, Cliff Hughes. Were they? Cliff Hughes, how much percent of Nationwide did DeSant purchase? Cliff Hughes, I have the Red Book Jamaica, so I'm asking the solid questions tonight from the Red Book. %15% of your shareholdership. But Cliff Hughes, did you make a proposition to DeSant to purchase Nationwide for $400,000 US? Did you make a proposal, Cliff Hughes, for DeSant to purchase Nationwide for $400,000 US? Wait, just let me ask the questions tonight. Did when you were making this proposal, I gather that you were equally asking DeSant to take on the payment of the taxes. I gather, Cliff Hughes, that the taxes has not been totally write-off. I gather that the government has ignored you paying it, but it is still on the government books as pending. When DeSant was to be carried on, did you ask him, Cliff Hughes, to clear the $2 billion in taxes? If so, Cliff Hughes, What were the terms and arrangements that Deshant and you made? For Deshant to have paid the 400,000 US dollars, Cliff Hughes, did he ask you for the financial statements for Nationwide in the last 3 to 4 years? Cliff Hughes, did Deshant ask you for the financial statements? If he asked you for the financial statements, did you provide the financial statements to your potential investor? Courtney, it is technical. If an investor is going to invest, they have to see what they're going to incur. So did Deshant ask you for the financial statements of Nationwide? I gather it took you months, Cliff Hughes. Is there any truth to this argument? I gather that it took you months to create a financial statement. Cliff Hughes, you want me to go further tonight? Say further, Jamaica. I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions tonight. Now, when Deshant saw your payouts, he started to question, I'm told, about your payouts. Cliff Hughes, I'm not going into your business. But I gather that the payout, the salary that yourself and George Davis are being paid are extremely high. I am being told, Jamaica, that the salaries for Cliff Hughes and George Davis and a few others in the company are extremely high. Did Deshant ask for some revisions of salaries as an investor to the company? A beef has been between Cliff and Deshant. Courtney? I am asking tonight, Cliff Hughes, the salary that you and George Davis are collecting, I gather that Deshant is saying that if he's to invest in the company the right way, there would have to be a revision of salaries. Was that a particular reason for a fallout of you and Deshant?
Yes,
So when I see enough of them talking Marshy and Jamaica, I know the intricacies. So sometimes when you hear me say I'm not a fan of Paul, well, I can't be a fan of Paul when he's an associate to Daryl Vaz. Daryl Vaz is wickedness to this country. Daryl Vaz is one of the reasons why Jamaica can't advance economically for the people of this country. So when people say, teacher, why you're not a fan of Paul? Well, because Paul West is a deep associate of Vaz. How I do no, man? I want to one draw me out tonight, today, the Jamaica. And when you talk, them say, oh, Andre, you're a labor right. It's not a matter of being a labor right. I'm sure not a labor right. But when I see wrong within the PNP, I'm going to equally highlight it. When I see wrong, Jamaica, I am going to highlight it. Hello, good day.
Hi, good day, Andre.
Hi, darling.
Well, it's good to hi. It's good to know I'm in good company.
Yes.
In my mutual dislike for Philip Paulwell, but I don't dislike him for the reason you've stated. I dislike him for other reasons. You know, I feel like he should have taken himself when the baby dead and the little girl, but I don't want to go there. Here's what I'm calling about.
Yes.
last night when I listened to your show and I listened to the interview
Yes.
with that crowbait, whatever, the big fat ugly bullfrog one. Why didn't he correct the Tapia man when he kept calling some Golding name? Him not know say Bruce Golding was in power when all of that went down. And why
it wasn't even Bruce
Cliff
Golding.
Hughes never
It wasn't
correct
Bruce. No,
him?
let me correct you now. It wasn't even Bruce Golding who was prime minister at the time. It was Andrew Holness who was prime minister when his minister's visa got recused.
Okay, so why didn't Cliff Hughes correct the man when he was spreading all those lies?
I'm not going to correct him because remember Cliff Hughes' agenda is to always make the opposition, the PNP. Cliff Hughes have something personal against Peter Bunting. Cliff Hughes have something personal against Mark Golding. If you never know. So Cliff Hughes' agenda, he might work with people in the PNP too, you know. Maybe they explain this too, you know. Cliff Hughes' agenda is to make Peter Bunting and Mark Golding look like they're the worst, evilest, treacherous people in the politics. When that is not so. So anywhere Cliff Hughes get the opportunity, my darling, to make Peter Bunting and Golding, you understand? Look bad. That is what they're going to do. So when Cliff know he within himself, so the man make the mistake, he literally do what? You know who Cliff Hughes here to PJ Patterson. PJ Patterson not do him nothing them rather than correct him, you know. So at them the belly Cliff Hughes a carry. Cliff Hughes, I wonder if I talk it. And who want me talk it today? Cliff Hughes. Students, me go talk it why Cliff Hughes not like Bunting and Gold.
Aye.
Me not talk it now. No come back 8 o'clock tonight. It go there on my agenda.
Can guess?
No, I don't want you to guess and spell. I'm going to go directly to the conversation at 8 o'clock. There's a reason why Cliff don't like them, you know. Cliff.
The other thing that I really appreciated about the class last night was the China versus US thing. Personally speaking, Andre, I am so glad that China have we head back. I cannot imagine what would happen if
China have we
it
head
was
back.
just
China not have Jamaica head back. China have the head back.
I think so.
No, darling. I'm going to say this to you. Neither of these superpowers have the interest of Jamaica. Do you understand? Neither of any of these superpowers. It is what is called interest. There's something in politics called special interest. Do you understand?
Okay.
So, it is not about what China have. China never have our back. China needs Jamaica. So if they need to strike on the United States, they would have had enough melting ground. They would have set up enough ammunition here. Do you understand? So China's interest in Jamaica has never been about Jamaica's development. Them create the illusion as though they want to help Jamaica. But it's not about helping Jamaica. It's a matter of their security interest. Remember, you know, if China gets its way in Jamaica, you know, do you understand how Jamaica can be a launching pad for China's missile to the United States?
I certainly understand.
So
I understand.
You can't say China have Jamaica back, me darling.
Well, when I say that, what I mean to say is, can you imagine if China wasn't positioned in such a way with you think America would have our interests at heart anyway with this president?
So
you don't see China being there or even being there, being sort of a buffer between us and the U.S.?
I am saying to you, no, my friend. Listen to me and listen to me well again.
I'm learning.
You have to consider this, you know. Who are the less of the two evil? Consider that.
Exactly.
China is giving it a cheap loan. But they are doing some serious militaristic invasions that you don't understand. You remember when Noel interviewed the man, Mr. Chang, a few weeks ago, and what Mr. Chang said? there are Chinese mercenaries, Chinese agents in Jamaica. Do you
Me never know.
no? I don't think you understand. There are active CIA agents and Chinese agents in Jamaica. And
Of
at
course.
any time, darling, at any time, things can start happening in the island. You don't even understand what is happening. Just imagine all of these people are on the island and you don't know why that Chinese man get robbed. You don't know why those Americans were that. You don't know. They strictly have to understand. You have to understand me, darling. Let me finish up. Later, me want to
Talk to
come.
you later.
Me want to come later.
I'll be there. Trust me. I will be there.
Umachana go come back to class later for me to explain this.
I will be there tonight, Audrey. I'm there every night, front row.
All right, darling. No problem, me darling.
The only honest conclusion, and I'm going to try and be as diplomatic as I can tonight and just try and just be measured, right? The only conclusion that I can come up with as of right now is that there is a deliberate, a coordinated, a premeditated attempt to try and kill their way out of this issue. It doesn't feel, the sense is not making sense. When you look at the case of Jamal Ferguson as well, the young man in Cherry Tree Lane, the police raided his home, he let them in his house, and then they're searching the house, he's in the bedroom with them, and then he decides to reach for a gun with 20 odd police officers in the room with him, and then they shoot him dead. You look at the case of Shane Samuels, the disabled man, who police say he was having a shootout with them, but yet only one bullet was fired, and that was from the police's gun that hit him in his back. You then look at other cases involving stretching back decades, and I can reveal to you tonight, Fitz, the day that we published the documentary on Monday, the day before, I was contacted and I was told by a family member that our own cousin was a victim of mistaken identity by the police. He was shot dead. They were trying to hunt someone and they shot and killed the wrong person. And until as of right now, our family still haven't gotten any justice at all. So I have indirectly felt this, and I'm not doing this from an activism or doing it from the perspective as to, I want justice. I'm doing it because it is wrong what is happening. And for us all to sit back and to say that this is okay, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Sir Noel, we don't need one more case to make the point. There's far more than what is needed to make the point. The conclusion that you are coming to, or have come to, it is not an unreasonable one in light of what we know, and also in light of what we don't know, which is what the cameras would have revealed to you. So for me, it is of no moment to try to allude to another case. What is important is the government to bring that to an end. That's what will make the difference. And the sad truth of the matter, and I think I've made this point to you in our discussion on that program, the sad truth and reality of the day is that because of the extended period of high levels of murders and shootings, there is a sense by many people that anything goes. And if you have a reduction in murders because police is killing some persons, innocent or not, it is not of any moment to them. However, until when one of those persons become their neighbors or their relatives. That's the sad part of it, is that we have developed a kind of insensitivity to injustice or the appearance of injustice around us. That's what bothers me. It is bad that we see what is happening yet, but it's worse when we embrace it, because it allows it to be perpetuated. And as bad as it is, it can get worse without we as citizens say, no. This is unacceptable. That is what is impatient of the moment now. And for that reason, I must applaud you
in the journalistic work that you have been doing to bring these things to the fore. Because when even persons like myself speak, because of my political pedigree, it becomes convenient to some people to just dismiss it as just competitive politics, and the substance of it is become secondary. And for that reason, I support your work and others of civil society while we continue to do what we are doing. But I dare to say what we are doing as our opposition is not sufficient and will not be sufficient unless right-minded, reasonable Jamaicans join in that campaign. Today,
no, it's not unusual at all. This is the practice of how the police force operates. This incident, if I'm not mistaken, happened about 4 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of these planned operations take place around that time in the morning. And 99.9% of these operations result in those who are allegedly using guns against the police being killed. Now, why is it that if the police stop you, you don't just say, well, all right, lock me up and take me to lock up and charge me and so on. I get a lawyer and I'll defend myself. Can you imagine no success where shootout with police is concerned, and you are going to take out your gun and start to have a shootout with 4, 6, maybe 10 policemen surrounding you? Just logically, that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And what this policeman is saying is something that I have heard another policeman say. I've interviewed him. I have him on tape. And he says that the police are trained normally, but when you start being a policeman, the senior police officers let you know that you follow the rules. And these are planned operations. And this is how it works. Logically, it just doesn't make any sense. And I want to say one very important point is that they always claim a shootout, and then they say, well, these are the guns that we found. And I have asked Indicom, have you investigated where these guns came from? Have you said, well, who owned this gun? How did this gun happen to be here, etc., etc.? I haven't gotten a response yet, right? But I have spoken, the police have told me, the one that I interviewed, that there's a warehouse of guns that the police have that they get from criminals. And when they shoot somebody, they plant those guns on the people that they shoot. So we need to investigate. When they say they find guns, where did the guns come from? Who owned this gun? Was this gun involved in a previous shootout or murder whatsoever? We never hear anything about those guns. So the police can always say, this is the gun that was shot at us, etc., etc. I think that needs to be probed. That needs to be seriously probed. And let me say also that police extrajudicial killings is a policy. It is a policy of state, right? And
when you say policy, Lloyd, what do you mean by that?
It's a policy because it has been going on for decades under different governments, under different prime ministers, under different ministers of national security.
So this is deliberate?
It is deliberate. Listen, this prime minister, a year or so ago, speaking on a platform, admitted that police extrajudicial killings has been going on for a long time. And standing beside him was a former Minister of National Security under the PNP government. He didn't challenge the Prime Minister and say, well, it never went under, it never go on under me. He never challenged him at all. And the Prime Minister went on to say that, well, under my administration, we're not going to continue with it anymore. Well, guess what? It has continued. It has continued to the point where Jamaicans for Justice had a protest against the rapid increase in police killing. And the Prime Minister opposed that protest. And he wore a special type of uniform that day to say, well, I am going to express my support for the police, right? That is what he said. He is a supporter of the police. And so I believe that the policy starts with the Prime Minister. It goes on to the police commissioner, because the police commissioner is the one who controls the police. And these operations are planned operations. The police commissioner has to be held accountable, and the Minister of National Security also has to be held accountable. Because in this case, the police commissioner is saying, don't wear body cameras. I don't want you to wear body cameras. He has said that. And he has also made a comment about if you shoot them, don't call an ambulance. And when he says that, that means shoot to kill. And we can go back to the time when Bustamante told the police, when you go to Coral Gardens, bring back our Rastas, dead or alive. We had Hugh Shearer, who was telling the police, don't measure the distance between you and the criminal. Don't recite no beatitudes towards them. Under Manley, there was a Suppression of Crime Act. There was state of emergencies, and it has been going on and on and on. And so therefore, I believe that the public needs to bring private prosecution against these three superior commanders. In other words, the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, and the police commissioner must be brought before the courts that this is a criminal state policy, and it needs to be done. And but my organization, the People's Anti-Corruption Movement, has drafted an affidavit, and when it's convenient, we are going to try and take this matter to court, that these three superior commanders must be held accountable for.
Good afternoon, Shakshim, and sorry, Courtney Williams, PDTV News.
Hey, what happened?
But they are Shakshim, what? Yeah, give thanks.
They are.
But they are no. Me a hold on.
Independent. Eh?
You say me a hold on still, you see me?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I say go. Me in an independent celebration, you know. No time at all. Right now, but you know, mind if rain fall and wash you out. I want to say, don't know apology. I mean, this is one.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo, yo, yo.
3 minutes. You see, I wash it. I saw me one stay there and wash out.
Shakshim, I'm sorry. Me really sorry still be in a pain. Me feel away, but you make me feel happy. You make me day. You want rain fall and wash it out, Shakshim? Tell the truth.
You can just imagine. I'm like one grandgirl where them spend unnecessary money come and say, remember, you know.
Millions, you know.
Eh?
Millions, you know.
Yeah, hey, and you see a girl where come a top student in a country paper. I see them place, don't have them the place underneath it. Represent and sit in a picnic and learn and come on top. And them still not pay attention to great minds still down at the way. Yeah, me say them come, but them come pay for much join up in a year like it's a sacrifice thing every year. But the reason why, you see, the reason why they don't want to get none of PMP them no ticket. You see, Andrew has not no favorability in Jamaica. Everywhere you go, them boo him, you know. So it look like them are going to give what I labor right to clap him in a stadium and when
him come in,
them boo him.
you know, you figure when him come in, I'm going to boo him.
Yeah, no. At that time, they orchestrate to ticket them for. So give what I labor right them. When Andrew Wallace are coming, then clap him. And when Mark Wallen are coming, then boo him to make it look like people still is with him. And I'm going to tell you something, Courtney. You say, if you're there this evening, I'm going to tell you something what happened 2 years straight when I see them do. You see, when you watch it on your TV, you see, anytime him come in, on the TV, you can get to see procedure. Enter see Mark Wallen come in if you don't care, them put ads on the TV.
Yeah, them now put him up.
The ads, and by the time the ads done, you know, see film kind of procedure, over and shake and oil crowd react. And that me see them do man.
Me go watch it, Saxy. Me go watch it.
Right, and anytime you see Mark Wallen come in, them are going to put on the ads on the TV. Is that boy there when him tear up Batty Jerry? I don't know. It look like
him get an award, you know. Him get an award, you know.
Yeah, me know. You know, fail style, feel like putting them at Jamaica. And that then get award for. Why never ask one house build over in Diamond or one good studio? They even live nowhere like myself. You understand? I come show up and one little sitting for a piece of paper. Me say, what me say this man in the body about independent. Me say, listen, I don't want nobody tell me not about independent.
Let me tell you, Shakshi, the road look away. I don't know if me too early, but the road look away.
It's one independent country when the Prime Minister, everything in beg. It's a beggy day. Them should have celebrated as today. A beggy day. That's an independence day. Everybody come from all about to try every country and all no drunk and all help nobody.
So you want rainfall then, Winnie? You want rainfall and shock shame?
No, I don't want the rainfall. I want the rain to blast. Blast, and then when I look all over there, you can't see me and me can't see everything up near. You're supposed to white with the rain where I come down.
All right.
I swear to God.
All right, shock shame.
All
right, shock shame. Boy, oh boy.
All right, look yes. In that class.
People are shock shame that shock shame says you want rainfall.
Prime Minister, didn't Babsy told you that Kerencia is not somebody that she can work with? Prime Minister, didn't Babsy told you that she prefers working with somebody else? Prime Minister, did Babsy ask you if it is your strategy to take her out like you took out Carl Samonda? What can go so? You hear what I said? Prime Minister, did Babsy ask you right there and then if it was the strategy to retire her? What did you say to her then, Prime Minister? Prime Minister, didn't Babsy look at you and said to you in that said meeting that, remember that it's me and Warmington and Wheatley put you where you are, and if you dare, I heard it was said, Prime Minister, she used that particular word. She said, if you dare F with my ministry, I am going to F you up. Prime Minister, do you remember that meeting? Hey. Prime Minister, do you remember that meeting? Prime Minister, I want to ball out, but do you remember she said, if you F her up, she go F you up. Do you remember that meeting, Prime Minister? Prime Minister!
What can go so?
Ring the bell, Courtney. I wanted to ring the bell and wake up the labor rights tonight. Prime Minister, didn't she say to you in the meeting, if you F me up, I'm going to F you up? You remember when she said that to you? Gangster granny. No, man, ring it like it must ring properly. No! Prime Minister, let me go further. How many times Kerencia seek audience with you privately? Prime Minister, how many times Kerencia send your messages? Prime Minister, why did Everald Warmington have to get involved in the matter? Did you know that he said that Kerencia and Warmington are cousins? Only did know that? Kerencia and Warmington.
What can go so?
Warmington. So, Prime Minister, I am going to play Worries in the Dance before I get even deeper tonight. Gonna work with me now because this is a big thing bringing the Jamaica Labour Party. Cliff, you never want to give full context of it, but I will give you full context of it. Worries in the Dance. Hold on the Jamaica. Frankie Paul. Say what? Worries in the Dance. Worries in the Dance, Jamaica. So, Prime Minister, you don't know how many people monitoring currency in the ministry. Babsy nephew monitoring currency. Babsy niece monitoring currency. She's, you know that.
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus.
Babsy. So after you came for Terry Long, you thought it would have been an easy fix to run out Kerencia. So Kerencia never do what? She never budge. Babsy, what happened to the meeting that happened with you, Kerencia, and the permanent secretary? How much bad would you cuss up in at the meeting, Babsy? When it got that bad, Babsy, you don't want to talk about the meeting with you, the permanent secretary, and the technocrats in the ministry. When you cuss up the whole heap of bad word and Mr. Bernard couldn't take it, he had to dissolve the meeting. Kerencia stood up to you with fire. She never used an expletive, I was told. She told you that she's the state minister and she must give an equal response. And what did it reach to? What did it reach to, Babsy? Don't you want to tell Jamaica tonight how you behave and get all viral going at the ministry? You don't want to get into it, Babsy? Or you don't want to tell Jamaica how you behave? Babsy, why Kerencia can't come to any of the competitions? Courtney, I want to ask you, are you recognizing that the state minister is at none of the functions?
So from the first to the fifth, she can't.
So from the first to the fifth, she never got to Kukudu funeral as the state minister. Babsy, she never go at the festival song competition. Babsy, why don't tell them that she couldn't even meet with the festival queen them? Babsy, why you couldn't tell us all the festival song competition she's not allowed to come? So she
What can go so?
Go and look on Kerencia Morrison's page, and look at JCDC page, and look at the pages for Babsy Grange. There is no interaction with her and Kerencia Morrison.
What can go so?
So you make the environment so hostile. You know what Kerencia have to do, Jamaica? You don't want me to tell you how far them put her in the ministry. I want back room, she get a state minister, you know. One back room, they put her in a Courtney. So the state minister hardly come to the office. The state minister hardly come to the office. You want me to tell you what the state minister go Jamaica? You want me to tell you what the state minister go call and wonder, oh, Andre knows so much. Labor rights still appreciate Andre Stevens. So they are going to tell me everything that you're doing, Babsy. Now, you form alliance with ABCA because you want Kerencia to be outshined. Because ABCA don't like Kerencia. ABCA don't like Kerencia. Babsy Grange's niece also works for ABCA. So everything we're happening in Babsy ministry, ABCA know about. So ABCA and Babsy form alliance to make sure that Currency don't shine. Because remember that Currency is one of the speakers in the Jamaica Labour Party, that when she speaks, she make the people them rile up. So Babsy is asked and tasked with the responsibility with ABCA to do what? Hold down Currency at all means necessary. So it is all in the aim to do what? Keep down Currency, confuse Currency for Currency to say she will do no more. So you know where I'm in Jamaica. Currency now decides she has to do some things. You hear me say, Courtney? She has to do some things to look like she's relevant. Only go look on Currency Morrison page. Currency Morrison now have cooking challenge with some chef. When you look, Currency Morrison has she call influencers. Currency Morrison have to be working with the Creative Factory, Jason McNeach company. And if you're going at Jason McNeach company, you will say backside, how did Jason McNeach company come about? You see the same Creative Factory, Courtney? It is a lot. You see, like, Nationwide have several shareholders. Majority of the shareholders in Creative Factory. If you go dig up them history, a labor rights invest. Arbin Hill is a major investor. And Pernell Charles Jr. is a major investor in a Creative Factory. So Creative Factory, I work with Currency so that she look like she's still relevant. So all the Currency social media posts, Courtney, all we want to see Currency do is because Jason McNeach has made a pledge. Jason McNeach was Currency Morrison's student. I wonder if them really want me to go in the history, Courtney. I wonder if they really want me to go in the history tonight. Jason McNeach was Currency Morrison's student. Jason McNeach was from St. Jago High School. Currency was a teacher of literature and English at St. Jago High School. So because Babsy make her uncomfortable, what Currency do? Go down a Creative Factory down a Marcus Garvey Drive almost every day, Courtney. I sit down there, so Currency basically have her office. Down the Jamaica Currency have her office. You no wonder how I know so much. You no wonder how I know so much Jamaica. So Babsy, wholeness can't continue. Wholeness cannot continue anymore. So who you think make Nationwide know about the voice? Lord Jesus. Cliff Hughes, who in the Jamaica Labour Party make you got access to those heated conversations in the JLP parliamentary WhatsApp group? Cliff Hughes, who in the Jamaica Labour Party gave you access and a Currency give to you? And a Warmington give it to you? Wasn't it the same wholeness camp that gave you the information? Babsy, wholeness is now on a full write-down campaign to retire you, Babsy. Let me tell you why wholeness wants to. I wonder if you want me to go. Courtney, you want me to tell you why? You want me to tell you what's going on? I ball out before I go and review. You want me to tell you what's going on?
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
Help. We key out of the letter.
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right.
Means Amina Johnson Smith is a puppet to the Trump administration. And the puppeteer will have to give her instructions before she can speak. And this is a clear example of a headless chicken. Which government you know go and tell you they have to consult with another government before they come to their people? We never voted for the United States, Kamina. The Jamaican people who voted for you, never voted for the United States government. You have an obligation to the Jamaican people to explain to the Jamaican people what you signed to. You don't need the consent of Donald Trump to tell your people. So are you saying tonight, Kamina, if the United States says to you tomorrow, no, you cannot tell them what is in the agreement, the Jamaican people will not know? And that is I tell you, Courtney. You're telling me now, Kamina. You're telling me tonight that if Trump and Rubio says no, don't tell them. This definitely need a what can go Sarabal out. If Trump says to you, no, you can't tell them. So you're telling me that the Jamaican people will be in an oblivion? You're telling me the Jamaican people will be in an oblivion? Papi Show government. Papi Show government. Papi Show government. What can go what Jamaica? Papi Show government. This is a Papi Show government.
What can go so?
Headless government. Kete government. Brainless government. Chicken little government. But then you don't want to tell them why. If you don't comply, you're going to lose your visa, Kamina. You're not going to be able to travel on first class trips anymore. You're a Papi Show government. It shows that your sovereignty is sold out. It shows, Kamina, you are a puppet. It shows that you don't understand foreign policy. It shows you don't understand foreign trade. It shows that you don't understand bilateral agreements. Yes, head boy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Professor. It's Friday, so I must confess my sins.
What kind of sin? Me's not the Holy Father, you know. What sins you must confess, head boy?
Well, I did so already. You know, today's our Sabbath, so I did so already. Yeah?
Yes.
So I come out, I rush because I start watching the time, you know. We start at about 1, so I'm watching the time to make sure 2. As I see 1:45, out of the place. Now, I want to give you a joke.
Yes.
Last year, leading up to the election, right?
Yes.
Well, maybe early on up into the year, right? I had serious difficulties.
Yeah.
And I tell you what the serious difficulties were.
Yes.
When it touched 8 p.m., my wife can't touch me, you know.
When it comes 8 p.m. what?
My wife can't touch me.
Your wife can't touch you. Why she can't touch you?
Your mother me have to watch PDTV.
So when she want the mandingo, you don't give it to her?
I give her right as the program done.
Oh, you give it to her about 10:30, 11 you start.
Yes, because I try to go a little bit earlier, and then I come. Then the real session is after the program. No, I'm being serious about this, you know.
Oh, so you give her, you give her effective 3 to 5, about 7 o'clock, 7:15, and then you get back in action about 10:30.
The real session, because I'm telling you, I remember one point that
yes.
if my wife hear your voice, right, she would say, "Oh, not again."
Not again. Was it that bad? Was it that bad?
No, because she know. It's not necessarily bad. She had that, and after a while, she start come sit down and watch the program with me.
I know for sure. A lot of you have experiences where your spouses or your loved ones or your mates them never like me, and eventually, after listening to
Andre, she loves you. It's if she, you know, because at first, no, she tell it, she used to hear the ball out, you know. You always listen to the girl at first because she thought your voice was a female voice, she hear the ball out. So when I say no, that's a man. After she start listening to her, you go listen tonight again. She start to tell many times, you know, ball out.
Oh, the ball out. She get used to it.
She love it. She love it.
I appreciate it.
She love it. No, and I never believed she would have come round to it. No, we're on a little separate part because I don't want to say everything. You and I'll talk privately. But I am telling you, she really enjoyed the program. And I think there are many persons who enjoyed. I tell her I just coming out of prayer and I couldn't wait to come out. Because Midday Connection is mine, you know. Yeah.
Yes, man. Everybody look forward to hearing from Ed Boy and Ed Girl. Yes.
But Prof, I can't come to that not give no trouble on the Friday before I go.
What is the trouble you're coming with now, head boy?
Maryland, sorry, Markland.
Markland.
Yeah?
Hey, Markland Edwards. I wonder if the producer can find a picture.
Markland. When you were unceremoniously sent away from Love 101, can you tell me what caused them to unceremoniously send you away? That's one.
Yes.
Secondly,
yes.
Did at the institution, the church you're attending, were you at any time, and these are questions now which you are free to ask, involved in any misappropriation of funds, which led them to report the matter to Love 101, which then saw you traveling to Canada out of the country?
What you said? Wait. Wait. What you said, Edward?
I am asking Markland Edwards, yeah? At any point in his life, was he involved in any misappropriation of funds in a church? Did that church report the matter to Love 101? And did Love 101 acted by removing him from their station? And then he later left Jamaica and went to Canada. I don't done yet. Then when you were in Canada, Mr. Edwards,
yes,
were you so frustrated and life was so difficult for you that you came back and begged a chance to be sent to RJR and they put you on the night show? Yeah? The pastor was playing some sort of music on the night show. The pastor, you know, because no Love 101 would not take him back. I want to say to Markland Edwards, sir, nothing is secret in Jamaica. And you must know, can you tell us why Keith Hines never supported your candidacy for mayor?
I wonder what they're going now.
I tell you what going on. Keith saying can't support nobody with thief church money, can't turn churchman too.
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus.
Ed boy, I hope you're not in a file for me, you know.
Let me tell you something. When you come for Mark Golding, my comrade leader, and attack him in that manner, the gloves going to come off.
Yes.
The gloves going to come off. So as with those few words, I will sing you a little song that says, bring back the church money, bring it back. Markland go bring back the church money, you old church thief. No wonder why your life been so hard since. You can't even win the election because then say your shit pan church pulpit.
But we
ball out. Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
I want to ask you a question. Is how much time Markland Edwards married?
Oh, yeah. Them ladies said they don't want any soft man. They want a hard engineer. Markland, is it true that you are a software and not a hardware?
Whoa, yo.
When you did out there a mimic. When you did out there a mimic Mark Golding, boy, sicky, bad sicky. So you turn security guard in the ministry now. All is fair. But Karen said, don't want to tell Jamaican people that if she walk in the ministry and somebody greets her, Karen said, don't want to tell people if she goes into a meeting. Let me tell you how bad it is. You remember the diaspora conference we keep one day, yeah? When you remember the diaspora conference we keep down at Montego Bay. What day, yeah? Babsy, you were not able to attend the diaspora conference. And your state minister went there. You went as far, Babsy, because you never want currency to shine. I gather that you did a pre-recording. And that pre-recording was shown because you never wanted currency to be shining bright at the diaspora conference. You hear what I said? And there is a lot more, Babsy. There is a lot more. Currency, Babsy said, not under dead body, even if she goes, you cannot be the minister. So, Currency, she's equally planning your demise. She's equally planning your demise, Kerry. But Currency, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. When you did out there a mimic. When you did out there a mimic Mark Goldingbow. Sicky. Bad sicky. So you turn security guard in the ministry now. You can't go nowhere. You can't depend up beside her. When you look tomorrow, Jamaica, we want to look at every emancipendence village and ask yourself if you don't see currency beside her, Babsy. Nowhere to be found. She can't come in a gangster granny domain. So you know the flip coin and everything turn on you. Sicky. So what goes around comes back around. You hear there? What surely goes around come back around.
You saw for yourself. I found out how much for one of those houses coming from China. How much for one of these units? And Onis is going to tell you, say, one of these units with putting this and that cost $2.5 million. What can truly go so, Jamaica? What can go so? Who are they choosing to mislead? Who are they choosing to mislead? Who are they trying to deceive? Because this look like another rat trap. This look like, again, another rat trap. Who are they choosing and trying to deceive? I say to the Jamaican people today, it's not bad mind with bad mind. We are arguing that more persons could get houses. But if Olis is going to tell you what one of the container homes costs $2.5 million, and I better than use the $2.5 million and build solid concrete structure. I'm going to say it again. No better than use the 2.5 to build solid concrete structure. Why would you spend $2.5 million on a container home when you could have similarly used 2.5 Jamaica? Government Q, remember you, remember you from the used car deal. You are the minister who oversees this project in the office of the Prime Minister. You and your Prime Minister have antecedents of dishonesty. Hey, I want my students them to talk to me. You and your Prime Minister have antecedents of dishonesty. So when you come, when you come, Bobby Manjiq, trying to make it seem or trying to convince the Jamaican people that these houses, students, I am going to ask you to go and do your independent research. I am going to ask you to go and research what is the cost for one of these units coming from China. Well, boy, Bobby Montague, blacky, and it look like he oiled them with little coconut oil. Hey, ball out.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the...
I am going to say it again, Jamaica. I'm going to say it again to the Jamaican people. Because the Jamaican people need to know exactly how the money came about. I'm going to ask the questions again. I'm going to ask, why Bobby Montague, a sub-unit of $1 million, end up costing taxpayers $2.5 million? Because if it is costing 2.5, you should be using the soldiers to set the base. Who got the contract? Who won the contract? Are there any affiliates of Prime Minister Holness or Bobby Montague? Was there a competitive process tender in place? Could more families have been housed for the same amount of money? Remember in Jamaica, almost 300,000 people in Western Jamaica affected by the hurricane. And it's only 2,000 units or 2,500 units them procure. It's not 2,000. The last time they said 1,900. So
what can go so?
I want to talk to Papa Bruce Golding tonight. And I'm going into some deep geopolitical matters now. You know, I'm a teacher of geopolitics, and many of you listen to me to find out what is happening on the global stage. From recent times, Bruce Golding has been lashing out on the Trump administration. But today, Bruce Golding even went deeper. Not today, but over the weekend, and his mouth was open today. Former Prime Minister Bruce Golding says that the relationship between Jamaica and the United States has not been this toxic for more than 50 years. So he must say Andrew and Trump having a very toxic relationship. Him now confirm when me that tell you about what they are. So Bruce Golding is saying tonight, into context, is saying that the Trump administration influence over Jamaica's foreign policy is very concerning. You remember me said to you what the Courtney say? How comes Camina I go say she have to go to Trump to get permission? You remember she say she has to go to Trump to get permission to come and tell us, the Jamaican people, what was in the TCN agreement. Bruce Golding says something is off.
Time out!
Oh, Sharib out!
Time out!
Currency! I'm going to fix him tonight, Jamaica, because he for the labor rights. Courtney, you see the labor right them had done Mr. Vegas. You know what I've noticed? Some people can't survive without looking for someone to tear down. Not because they're defending principles. Unlike me, when me a tear down, me a defend principle Jamaica. But because bullying has become their business model. Mr. Vegas, come here tonight. I couldn't tell last him have a good tune, Courtney. I'm talking to you tonight, Mr. Vegas. Because there was a time when your music spoke for itself. Your music basically stopped. So abusing people on social media has become your latest performance. Take a look, Jamaica, at what Mr. Vegas had to say.
No boy can't make gangsta head roll. You must see one body go down in a hole. Kicked up bad man, them dark kill a soul. Them a be hide when the thugs a patrol. Die, oh, die, 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 oh. Ada, uno ka finam purong. Ada, uno ka finam purong.
So Jamaica, in this video you saw him advising a number of PNP supporters, including Mama San, to order their coffins. You hear what I said? To order their coffins. And I am sure you see, even the labor right bloggers, them taking him on. The labor right bloggers say some awful dirty things about him of late. I say that to say Jamaica. If you if Courtney, let me think about it, Vegas. I want name again. Clifford or whatsoever your name. I want to ask you, when since you become a solid operative of Andrew Holness? Because from your sit down, I have the little sit down with Andrew Holness. You now have become Andrew Holness main champion. But I want to say to you tonight, Vegas. Andre, me see you take on Marvin and they talk about Marvin and this and that. Take on Andre Stevens. Take on Andre Stevens. The only thing you can say about me is that, oh, Andre a fish. And then you go say, Andre, no, teeth in my mouth. Well, you can't use against me, Vegas. Anything you come with, Vegas, I'll lick your back because you know about Vegas. I never meet them say, usher him out of the church. Not even the church. Want nothing to do with you.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus.
And Vegas, if you go talk about fish, me and you in a same cesspool, me and you Vegas, would I nice? Yeah, what Mr. Jamaica? So if you come with fish argument, remember say when me go down and see, and you me sit down there with another Clifford, ball out, ball out,
ball out. Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election.
Karen. Well, Andy. Yes, Karen, what you saying now?
Nice teacher, good night, everybody. Teacher,
yes.
Mr. Midday, I'm him depart my mind from morning, gay gas. Teacher,
yes.
You don't know what my kid go on so. Him at the next donkey where Andrew buy if you go down St. Elizabeth. I want down they dead. Funny for them if you donkey. What the woman down there where Andrew did buy the donkey name?
Diane.
Say him at the next donkey. When I go St. Elizabeth down at Diane, make walk kill him backside teacher. That's how I have to tell you. Get usher him out.
Usher him out.
Ball
out. Karen say him
ball out! Whoa, yo.
You got to say to Ambassador Tapia tonight, quick. So if you Ambassador Tapia say you realize nothing never wrong, how did Daryl Vaz end up with that waiver visa? Shouldn't he have their
what can go so?
Shouldn't he see there, you know? Shouldn't he therefore Courtney get a special? Him shouldn't get a special waiver visa. He shouldn't get a special waiver visa, you know. Courtney, he should have gotten a visa that every single man who innocent and clean. That is what he should have gotten, Jamaica. So when Tapia the one come say, oh, it's the PNP. How did the PNP stop? Or how did the PNP made the US rescind the visa of Daryl Vaz? Ambassador Tapia, how did the PNP and opposition rescind the visa? If it is Courtney that they say they found that nothing was wrong with Daryl Vaz, shouldn't he have gotten back a diplomatic visa? Shouldn't he have gotten back a diplomatic visa, Jamaica? So something is off. Something is off, Jamaica. Something is off about this. Something, Jamaica. Something is not right. The Chinese equally know of the minerals that are here. You hear what I said, Courtney? However, what is happening? Why at this time would two superpowers be so interested, Courtney, in the affairs of Jamaica? Why would Trump be so interested? Why would the president of China be so interested? Why would the Indians be so interested? Why would the Israelis be so interested? Only say all of the world powers, Courtney, so interested. I say that to say Jamaica, wholeness will fight for the fourth term because the fourth term will synchronize, Courtney. Anyone. I am asking you all tonight, why would China, why would Israel, why would America, you know who's silent but them they run at the back and negotiate? The United Kingdom, England. Ask yourself, Courtney, think about it critically tonight, Jamaica. Why all of a sudden Jamaica is now a big part of a battle? Everybody want to claim Jamaica. Everybody I go after the cockpit country, Courtney. The cockpit. Everybody I look to St. Thomas now. Everybody I look to Smart City. St. Elizabeth mash up by manufactured hurricane. Yeah, tell them me say a manufactured hurricane. Westmoreland. Big projects coming. So I am asking you tonight, Jamaica. The Germans have interest here to Courtney. The Spanish have interest here. You think Putin not have interest? You think the Emirates and the men from the UAE don't have interest? I am saying to you all, and here comes now Courtney. Ghana said they want to partner with Jamaica. There is something that I wonder.
Good evening, Andre. I am very well, thank you.
Now, Miss Shaw, can you explain to the Jamaican people what is happening in the Barking Lodge area within your constituency?
Andre, there is a serious issue, as you have rightly said. The Barking Lodge Primary and Infant School is almost in the square of Barking Lodge. Just the road, a little section of the road that separates it is on the main.
Yes.
And there is a company by the name of St. Thomas Farms Limited.
St. Thomas.
I guess people, St. Thomas Farms Limited. The directors of that company are sitting member of parliament and minister of government, Charles Jr.
Oh, Colonel Charles Jr.
Yes, Charles Sr.
Oh.
Charles Sr.'s wife, Patrice Charles, Michelle Charles.
So
those are the directors.
So the entire Charles family clan is a part of the directorship for the
St. Thomas Farms
Limited.
And yes, this company was formed around 1982, 83, thereabout.
Yes.
So there was a clear intention as to what was to come.
Yes.
Because in the 1980s, the 1980 elections, and it's 2 years after this gentleman became member of parliament for Eastern St. Thomas that company was formed.
Yes.
And I want to clear something tonight, because you have persons talking about, oh, that situation existed for so long. Yes, right? That's a fact. But a number of persons at that time came out, including members of the executive of the Jamaica Labour Party, of which Pernell Charles was the member of parliament and chairman. They came out against the injustice that was done to the people of Old and New Piero and a section of Parking Lodge.
Yes.
One member of the executive even wrote a letter. If you go into the archives of the Gleaner, it must be there.
Yes.
Right? Likening the then member of parliament as a land baron.
Baron.
Yes. So I just want to clear that this is not new. I was a councillor then, and I was speaking. I took the side of the residents then, as I am doing now for justice.
Yes.
So now, the fish pond, 8 fish pond that is now being developed.
8 fish ponds.
Barton, 8 fish ponds. Big operation. So I was called by the citizens, to have dialogue. So I went to Barking Lodge. And while I was on the roadside, and I was there waiting on some people to come so that we can have meeting, I saw the operation based on what they told me. I did not know that it was that large.
Yes.
So I started to video what was happening, using my phone to video.
Yes.
And then the former member of parliament.
That is how she started to do the video talking about, if some of them not going to parliament and to all of that.
That's right. That's right. Yes, and she came there obstructing me, and I was doing my lawful duty as a member of parliament for Eastern St. Thomas, protecting the rights of my people.
Yes.
So after all of that, I met with the residents, and then I inquired of NEPA if they were aware, because a development of that nature would need the
approval of NEPA.
Of NEPA. And also the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation.
So you went on a fact-finding mission to find out if NEPA was giving them that kind of approval. What's your view? Vegas deserve a national award? What's your view? Dirty Batty Jerry deserve a national award? What's your view tonight? It looks like it's not an award, but a reward. And that thief in wicked, treacherous Daryl Vaz deserve a national award. Jamaica, what a bam bam tonight. This morning I woke. I normally wake about 4 a.m. But my body was drained. I know I woke to let it Rev D. And I never wake back into consciousness until about 7:15. At 7:15, somebody messaged me at 6:52. And the person's words were, interesting times. Dirty Batty Jerry getting partner draw. But I never looked at it until about 8 o'clock. When I heard that George Sylvester Davis is a recipient of the National Awards with the Order of Distinction in Commander Class. When I looked at it equally, Jamaica, I saw where Mr. Vegas was given an award. After I saw that, Jamaica, I was awoken to thief in Daryl Vaz. A national award, the Order of Jamaica. OJ. So I said to myself, the awards really has been watered down. The awards has really been watered down. that the JLP operatives and the JLP goons. You remember years ago when you heard of the National Awards? It was the creme de la creme of society who would have gotten it. But the National Award seems to have gone to the dogs. The National Award seems to have watered down. Because I say to myself, apart from Richard Biles in banking, and apart from Pamela Monroe Ellis, and apart from Claudette Thompson, and to a little extent, I don't even think that the DPP is deserving of a national award. And to some extent, I believe you can give it to Maxine Henry. But what has, I'm going to ask tonight, what has Daryl Vaz deserved or done to have deserved a national award? Daryl Vaz is the face of corruption in Jamaica, you know. To give national award of the Order of Jamaica to Daryl Vaz is an insult to the Jamaican people for integrity, you know. When I look and I see a prime minister that has been uncertified for almost 5 years governing a country, a prime minister that has 28 bank accounts, and in those 28 bank accounts, there were unscrupulous activities where a prime minister went into the charities. Well, but tonight, in Andre's stake, I want you to reflect with me tonight, Jamaica. Tonight, my question to you all, and I want you to reflect. After 64 years, what has Jamaica truly achieved? After 64 years, what have we truly achieved? I'm going to ask it again. After 64 years, what is Jamaica truly achieved? There is a major meeting going to happen tomorrow at Manning School. I hear that the parents are disgruntled. The parents are disgruntled. And you know what I find surprising and very embarrassing? How much was paid for the Grand Gala? How much was paid for the Grand Gala, Jamaica? How much was paid for the Grand Gala? You know that we never needed to have that braggadocious, spendocious Grand Gala. Half of the money spent on the Grand Gala could have gone to repairing schools for September morning. But the priorities of Andrew Holness, Babsy Grange, I gather that the Grand Gala cost almost $800 million. You know that $800 million could have done significant work additional to the 24.8, where them say 907, almost $1 billion.
What can go so?
Some say 750, some say 970 million. All I know in Jamaica, we never get value for money in the Grand Gala. We never need to have that braggadocious Grand Gala. We could have simply had parish celebrations. Keep a street dance in every parish and call that Grand Gala. But no, we don't believe in fiscal prudence anymore. We don't believe Jamaica. All of that money, we were penny wise and pound foolish, you know. Penny wise and pound foolish. But I am not surprised. You know why I'm not surprised, Jamaica? Let me tell you why I'm not surprised by what they have done. I am not surprised that they never spent the money wisely. Because the Holiness Administration don't believe in education. Because if they educate the people will be liberated. And if the people are liberated, the people will not stay under the egregious positions of the Holiness Administration. Now, I am going to say to you all, Your national defense is using AI to monitor you. Where did they get the information from? Dushant. Where did they get the information from? Amber Group. A few months ago, the Amber Group was out gathering data on the Jamaican people. Jamaica. Jamaica. Do you see what is happening now? Do you understand what is happening now? The Amber Group has partnered with the JDF. And the Amber Group, where did the Amber Group gather the information from? Where did the Amber Group gather the information from? How is the information gathered? I wonder if tonight, Jamaica, I am wondering, I am just complex, I am wondering, how did Amber Group garner the information that they're partnering the JDF on? Your data. Who got your data? The Amber Group. And what are they using the data to do? To plan the operations. Or a public notice whereby the Ministry of Health and Wellness will be having some relocation exercise. Probably others saw it and never read deep into it. But I said to myself, Jamaica, one, why would the Ministry of Health need to relocate in a private building? Why the Ministry of Health Jamaica not renovate one of those buildings owning for the government of Jamaica? But Jamaica, I said to myself, permanent secretary, listen to what the announcement said. The Ministry of Wellness wishes to advise that effective August 3rd, 2026, the following office, the Office of the Minister, the Office of the State Minister, the Office of the Permanent Secretary, and the Office of the Chief Medical Officer will be relocated at the CariMed building, 30 to 36 Knoxford Boulevard, Kingston 5. Now, CariMed building. I never looked at it just so. I started to call around. Jamaicans might not be aware, but bloggers, you can take this and run with it now. Isn't the owner of CariMed one of Christopher's biggest financiers? Ballot is
ball out. Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
I'm going to say this now, because I know the bloggers going to run with it, and I want them to run with it. A took this story all week wondering how I don't hear nobody see it, but they don't know. So I'm going to teach you all tonight. I am asking you, Jamaica, are you aware that the owner of Caribbean is one of Christopher's biggest political donors? I want you to get a rat trap with me tonight. So isn't it ironic or isn't it coincidental? The minister is moving into one of the buildings or one of his financiers. What can go so? What surely can go so, Jamaica? So I am asking you all tonight. I'm asking you all tonight. Jamaican people. CariMed gets some of the largest Ministry of Wealth contracts. And here is Tufton. This is no ordinary executive office, you know. This is the executive suite of the ministry. This is the executive suite of the ministry. This is the executive suite. This means that it is the technocrats, the minister, the executives within the ministry that sits on this floor. How much will it cost the Jamaican people to rent this building? How much it will cost the Jamaican people to rent this building? Was there a procurement exercise done? Why is the Ministry of Health moving into another building and not moving in its own building? Why is the Ministry of Health not moving in its own building? Why the Ministry of Health is not moving in its own building? They have gotten some of the largest government medical contracts. But everyone knows that the owner of CariMed and Tufton are bosom buddies. So I am asking tonight, is this an act of cronyism? Is this an act of nepotism? Was a procurement process done? Was a procurement procurement done? So I am asking you, CariMed is a supplier, but they also have a building. The CariMed is a supplier of medical, but they also have a building right there in New Kingston. And that is where Tufton is relocating. If you are aware, the Ministry of Health has done about 3 to 4 relocation of the minister in the last 10 years. The Ministry of Health has relocated in the last 10 years about 3 to 4 times all over New Kingston. And the CariMed building is now the other building that the minister is going to relocate in. And the truth is, this is a CariMed office, but this is not the executive suite. It's braggadocious suite them putting them in Jamaica. A braggadocious suite. So you never knew. You never knew Jamaica. Many of you are not aware of it. But I carried it all to you tonight. For you to be made aware, all of you as bloggers, I'm asking you. I'm asking you tonight. And I want to ask a question tonight. Is Christopherson still a director of CariMed? Christopherson, I know years gone by you were a director of CariMed. Are you still a director of CariMed? Because I remember years ago, your name was on the letterhead of CariMed. So I am asking you tonight, Dr. Christopher, the Minister of Health. Are you a shareholder in CariMed? Are you still a director in CariMed? I'm going to ask again. Are you a shareholder? Or are you still a director in CariMed? I'm saying to all of us as bloggers, who near and far, who is listening to this tonight, I set a rat trap for all of you to go and dig up. There's more that I'm going to carry into this case on Sunday night. But I am saying to the Jamaican people, what is the reason for Christopher to have relocated? And then I am asking, what will it cost the Jamaican people monthly for this? What will it cost the Jamaican people monthly for us to pay that rent? What will it cost the Jamaican people? Jamaica. I am asking you tonight, is Tufton a director? I know he has been a director, but is he still a director in CariMed? And how much it will cost the government of Jamaica? And how much Jamaica? Why wasn't another building used to renovate? Until then, stay tuned, Jamaica.
We're coming through. We're coming through. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Where he come from? Anywhere he come from. If a Jamaica, if a Clarendon, if a St. Thomas he come from, St. Mary, send it back, send it back. We don't want to hear ya. Come out of Jamaica, leave we Highland, leave Jamaica, leave Jamaica. Mr. Leave Jamaica. We are going to know Jamaica.
I'm not sorry, no, me not sorry. Me listen to PDTV show.
Put up PDTV there.
So many things I did not know until I tuned in on this